anything when you were, say, watching the anime before you began that you thought, I don't know if I can do that, or that's really... Because there's a lot of things that are really intense for a mainstream anime. It's like, this is really different. Was there anything that you had trepidation about?
No, there wasn't anything that I felt that kind of, oh, I don't know if I can do this. I think it was actually, to be honest with you, probably more exciting. Remember, again, when I started Full Metal, I had probably done 70 anime series already. So I was used to anime. I knew how the stories go, and pretty used to how the characters work and the story arcs. So I think when I started this, I'm like, oh, this is going to be exciting. This is going to be something different, you know? And there are a lot of serious issues. In fact, you know, a lot of people know that I'm a Christian, and they know that I'm very serious about my faith. And so I get the question all the time, this is where I thought your question was going, how do you feel about playing this character that's like agnostic at best, you know? Atheist or agnostic. Well, this is my, can I answer that? Is that okay? I don't mean to derail. I hope you don't think I'm like derailing the talk or anything. But my answer to that is like 2 or 3-fold. Number one, it's a cartoon. It's fictional. It's fictional. And if there are people out there that are basing their lives on a fictional show, then that's a lot bigger problem than me playing a character that's not like me. I mean, you know, I can enjoy the imagination and the thought-provoking power of it, but you know, you make choices like the character would. Secondly, I see a lot more in Ed than just, oh, he's an atheist. I don't see that. I really don't. And some people would go, well, yeah, in the first episode, he was like telling Rose, you should just put down the scriptures and pick up an alchemy book, because we're the closest things to God there are. He's a stupid kid. He doesn't know crap at that point, right? He's an arrogant kid who's had his father has deserted them. His mother has died when he's an adolescent child. He tries to bring her back and almost kills his only, you know, surviving his brother who he loves. He loses his arm and his leg. I mean, dude, if there's anybody on the planet that has the right to shake your fist at God and go, why is this happening? Or to question, you know, to question the higher power, it's Ed. So that didn't fluster me when he said that. I was like all afraid when my church friends saw that. I'm like, they're all going to kill me. They're like, you said you're close to God. I'm like, no, he's like, I didn't say it. Ed said it first of all. Right? I mean, I'm playing a character. That's what actors do. It doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that I believe it. You know, even in a church setting, when you do a passion play, somebody's got to play Judas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Doesn't mean they're Judas. It means they're playing a role for the sake of the story. So, and I saw, and you know, let me fast forward. Right? We just talked about the Cornello episode where he said that. Let's fast forward to the Bury the Chopper episode, where he almost is killed and he's sitting on the steps with his brother, and what does he say? We just have to hope our powers are good enough, because we're not gods. We're just tiny, insignificant humans who couldn't even save a little girl. He knows. See what I'm saying? He knows, in the quietness with his brother, in the place where he feels like he can really be himself and talk about his own insecurities and his own fears, he really exposes a lot of his own fears and his own insecurities and concerns when he's alone with his brother and they're talking about stuff. And that's what I think of Ed. I think he's a bitter, angry little boy, and I think he has every right to be. And I think all of us know somebody who's had a loved one taken away from them, who's had great loss, and it is perfectly understandable when you shake your fist at the heavens and go, I didn't even think you're there, you know? Why are you letting this happen to me? You know, I totally get that. That makes perfect sense.
Let me on a side note.
One sec. Let me, one sec. Man, yeah.
I was just wondering